Imagine a world where art and life are inseparable, where every gesture, every look carries decades of history. This is Farewell My Concubine, a story of obsession, love and tragedy. It is not just a film, it is a mirror reflecting the human soul. The story begins in Beijing, 1920s, a city alive with theater and street performers. Among them, two boys are about to enter the world of Peking opera. Their names, Cheng Dieyi and Duan Xiaolu, their lives forever entwined by destiny, rivalry and love. Cheng Dieyi was sold to a Peking opera troupe as a child. Duan Xiaolu joined the same troupe, coming from a more stable family. From the start, the contrast between them was striking, one shaped by abandonment, the other by privilege. Dieyi is sensitive, artistic, and fragile. Xiaolu is strong, grounded, yet torn between loyalty and desire. Together, they perform the same roles on stage, their lives reflecting the drama they enact. Art imitates life, and life imitates art. The opera they perform most is Farewell My Concubine, a story of love, betrayal, and loyalty to the end. On stage, Dieyi plays the concubine, Xiaolu the king. Off stage, their roles in life are equally complicated. Their master, a harsh and demanding teacher, shapes them with discipline, yet his methods are cruel, leaving deep psychological scars. Dieyi internalizes his role so completely, he begins to blur reality and performance. Xiaolu watches, confused and conflicted, caught between love and duty. The tension builds as China undergoes turbulent political changes. The troupe struggles to survive, moving between warlords, Japanese occupation, and civil unrest. Every performance becomes more than art, it becomes survival. The stage is no longer a sanctuary, it is a battlefield. Dieyi and Xiaolu's bond grows deeper, yet more complicated. Dieyi's love for Xiaolu transcends friendship, becoming a consuming obsession. Xiaolu loves his wife Juxian, caught in a triangle of loyalty and passion. Jealousy and betrayal are no longer abstract, they are lived experiences. On stage, Dieyi embodies a concubine's devotion. Off stage, he demands the same devotion from Xiaolu. The boundary between acting and reality collapses. Every glance, every touch carries unspoken tension. Juxian, Xiaolu's wife, enters the story with innocence and strength. She challenges Dieyi's obsession, forcing both men to confront their desires. Her presence intensifies the emotional stakes. The love triangle becomes the story's emotional core. The film mirrors history, showing how political turmoil affects personal lives. The Japanese invasion disrupts the troupe, scattering members across China. Dieyi's obsession with Xiaolu intensifies in isolation. Their love is no longer just tragic, it becomes dangerous. Dieyi's identity as an actor and a man becomes inseparable. Every performance is a reflection of his inner life. He loses the ability to distinguish between stage and reality. The audience sees brilliance. Xiaolu sees a man slipping away. Xiaolu tries to protect both his wife and his friend. He struggles with loyalty to Dieyi, love for Juxian, and fear of the changing world. The triangle tightens like a noose around their lives. Every choice carries irreversible consequences. Dieyi's obsession becomes a weapon against Xiaolu. He manipulates, seduces, and threatens, blurring morality. Yet Xiaolu's affection persists, complicating Dieyi's anger. The tension reaches a near unbearable level. As the Cultural Revolution approaches, the world around them shifts violently. The stage becomes a political tool, and art becomes dangerous. The characters are no longer free to act. Every move is scrutinized. The pressure amplifies their personal conflicts. Dieyi and Xiaolu face choices that will define them forever. Their love, loyalty, and pride are tested to the extreme. Art and life continue to collide, violently and beautifully. The audience watches, captivated yet helpless. Dieyi's descent is tragic yet majestic. His genius on stage contrasts with his fragility off stage. He becomes both hero and victim of his own obsession. Every moment of silence carries the weight of years. Xiaolu, torn between two worlds, cannot save his friend. He struggles with guilt, love, and duty. The tragedy is not only in what is lost, but in what cannot be spoken. History, love, and art collide in a perfect storm. Juxian's presence humanizes the story. She is witness, participant, and survivor. Her strength contrasts the fragility of the two men. Through her eyes, we see the cost of obsession. The opera's final scene mirrors life's finality. Dieyi's devotion is complete, ultimate, and devastating. Xiaolu's loyalty is tested beyond endurance. The lines between stage and reality vanish completely. The final act begins with the troupe fractured by politics and personal betrayal. Every performance carries more risk than ever before. Dieyi's obsession grows more intense, more destructive. The stage is no longer a place of art, it is a battlefield for the soul. Xiaolu tries to navigate this chaos. Torn between duty and love, he struggles to keep his family safe while maintaining loyalty to his friend. Every decision feels impossible. Every gesture could be the last. Dieyi's fragility becomes dangerous. His emotions are explosive, unpredictable. The line between performance and reality disappears completely. Every audience member feels the tension, even without understanding it fully. The Japanese occupation intensifies. Performances are disrupted, lives are threatened. Dieyi clings to Xiaolu, demanding the devotion he cannot give to anyone else. Love becomes a weapon, a trap, a curse. Xiaolu's wife. Juxian becomes a symbol of hope and resistance. She confronts Dieyi, challenging his obsession. Her presence forces the men to confront their true selves. Conflict reaches a boiling point, on stage and off. The opera Farewell My Concubine mirrors their lives perfectly. The concubine's devotion, the king's struggle, these are no longer fiction. Dieyi and Xiaolu act out their fate before a watching world. Every move is weighted with history, emotion, and consequence. Dieyi's identity as the concubine consumes him. He can no longer separate art from life. Fantasy from reality, Xiaolu watches helplessly, torn between love and fear. The tension becomes unbearable. Their teacher, once cruel but guiding, now watches with sorrow. He sees the brilliance, but also the destruction he helped shape. Every lesson, every punishment has led here. The cost of art, ambition, and obsession is clear. The Cultural Revolution descends. The stage is politicized, every performance scrutinized. Art becomes a threat, a liability, a crime. Dieyi and Xiaolu are trapped in a world that no longer understands them. Dieyi's obsession reaches its peak. He is no longer acting, he is living the concubine's devotion. Xiaolu's loyalty is stretched to its limits. Every act of kindness, every refusal becomes a battle. Juxian's courage offers a glimmer of humanity. She stands between the two men, demanding honesty, clarity, and love. Her presence forces Dieyi and Xiaolu to confront their past, present, and future. The tension is unbearable yet beautifully tragic. Dieyi and Xiaolu perform the final scenes. The concubine's devotion, the king's helplessness, mirrors their real lives. Every audience member feels the raw intensity. Art and life have become one. The tragedy is complete. Dieyi's devotion leaves no room for compromise or survival. Xiaolu cannot save him, nor can he save himself. The combination of love, obsession, and history ends in silence. The camera lingers on faces marked by years of struggle. Every line, every expression tells a story beyond words. The cost of obsession, loyalty, and art is clear. History is cruel, but art immortalizes it. Dieyi's final act is a mixture of beauty and sorrow. His life has been an art form, a sacrifice, a warning. Xiaolu's love is steadfast, yet powerless. The world watches, captivated, moved, and silent. The final scene of the opera echoes in their lives. Devotion without reciprocity, love without freedom. Every frame is a painting, every word a poem. Emotion resonates in the quiet aftermath. The political climate crushes the truth, yet the memory of their art endures. Dieyi's legacy is not survival but impact. Every performance lives on beyond life, beyond time. Xiaolu grieves silently. He bears the burden of guilt, love, and memory. Every choice, every betrayal weighs heavily. History shapes them but cannot erase them. Juxian stands as witness, survivor and moral center. Her strength contrasts the fragility of Dieyi and Xiaolu. She embodies hope, humanity, and resilience. Her presence ensures their story is remembered. Dieyi's life, the opera, and the history around them converge. Every performance, every word carries weight. The audience is both participant and observer. Emotion is palpable, raw, and unforgettable. The final curtain falls. Art has survived politics, obsession, and time. Dieyi's devotion, Xiaolu's love, Juxian's courage, all endure. Tragedy and beauty coexist, inseparable and eternal. The camera pans across the empty stage. The echoes of performance linger in the air. History has moved on, but the story remains. Every audience member carries a piece of it in their hearts. The film reminds us of the human cost of obsession, of loyalty pushed to extremes, of love that cannot be contained, of history that shapes, crushes, and elevates. We watch Dieyi and Xiaolu and see ourselves, our own passions, our own rivalries, our own heartbreaks. Art becomes a reflection, a caution, and a celebration. Every emotion is heightened, intensified, immortalized. The music swells, the final notes linger, every frame resonates with meaning. Dieyi's final gaze, Xiaolu's silent grief, Juxian's strength, a story of love, art, and tragedy complete. The audience is left in awe, in sorrow, and in reflection. We ponder our own loyalties, obsessions, and passions. The film is more than a story. It is an experience, a mirror held up to the human condition. Dieyi, Xiaolu, and Juxian become immortal. Their story transcends the screen, the stage, and history. Every emotion, every gesture, every glance is etched in memory. Art and life, tragedy and beauty, inseparable forever. The legacy of Farewell My Concubine is profound. It teaches devotion, loyalty, and the dangers of obsession. It reminds us that love can be both sustaining and destructive. Every character is a lesson, a warning, a testament. Daiyi's tragedy is universal. Xiaolu's struggle is deeply human. Juxian's courage is inspiring. Together they create a timeless story. As the credits roll, we reflect on what we have seen, the cost of ambition, love, and loyalty. The beauty of art in its highest form, the inevitability of human emotion. Every performance, every gesture, every line carries weight. Daiyi and Xiaolu are not just characters. They are symbols of devotion, of sacrifice, of humanity. The story resonates far beyond the screen. The impact of the film lingers long after the lights dim. We carry their story, their love, their tragedy. We are reminded of art's power to transcend life, to make us feel, reflect, and remember. The empty stage, the silent theater, the lingering music, all speak to the human heart. Daiyi's devotion, Xiaolu's loyalty, Juxian's courage, all immortalized in memory and emotion. The story is more than entertainment, it is philosophy, a study of obsession, love, and the human condition. Every detail is deliberate, every emotion intentional. The audience is invited, challenged, and transformed. Daiyi's final sacrifice is a haunting masterpiece. Xiaolu's grief is silent, yet profound. Juxian's strength shines quietly, heroically. Together, they leave a legacy that transcends time. As we reflect, we see our own passions mirrored, our own obsessions, loyalties, and loves. Art teaches, warns, and elevates us. Farewell, My Concubine is a testament to this truth. The power of cinema is revealed to capture life, emotion, and history, to immortalize characters, stories, and humanity, to make us feel deeply and think profoundly. Daiyi, Xiaolu, and Juxian become eternal. Their story echoes in our hearts long after the screen fades. Art has survived politics, time, and tragedy. Their devotion, love, and courage live forever. Every frame, every note, every word matters. We are reminded of the beauty and fragility of life, the sacrifices of love, the torment of obsession, the triumphs and tragedies that shape us all. Thank you for watching this journey through Farewell My Concubine. If you felt the emotion, the tragedy, or the beauty, please hit like, share your thoughts, and subscribe. Join our community for more stories that move, teach, and inspire.